Hey guys, long time no see. So this is an update of my life so far in Canada. So I think the last time I updated my channel was when I uploaded a video. I think it was about Jack Astor's, where I went to dinner with some of my friends that I used to hang out with in Japan. Anyway, I think it's been almost a year since I've been in Canada now, and I just wanted to give you a quick update. For the last few months, I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been the greatest. When I first arrived from Chicago to Toronto after Ryan drove us to Toronto, we were living in an Airbnb for a couple of months. Everything was really new. It was the start of spring, so we were roaming around. We went to see cherry blossoms in the High Park in Toronto, and we did a lot of travel, like tourism stuff too. And that led into summer. Summer was also hot and nice, and I had a kind of a job. I was in between jobs, so I had a lot of free time, and me and Mayu were just hanging out, going to different tourist attractions in Toronto and meeting my family, and everything seemed to be going pretty well. I also ended up getting a job where it's a hybrid, so work from home 3 days a week, work in the office twice a week, working at a call center, just a US customer call center, customer service, where people from the US call in and I just help them with their concerns. So I'm still doing that job, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really tough. If anyone's worked in customer service in a call center environment, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty tough because everything is timed to the second. You're on the phone constantly. You don't get many breaks between calls. It's really, pretty much just call after call after call until you're on lunch or on break. And it's a lot of people. Some people are really friendly. Some people are nice. But a lot of the people who are calling in because they have a complaint about something. So they're not in the greatest of moods. Also, the pay is okay. If I was single, it would be good, but because I'm with Mayu and Maple and we have our own apartment, and things in Toronto are really expensive right now, especially rent, I'm kind of almost making ends meet. I'm still kind of negative each month, but I'm surviving on my savings. When we got here, Mayu had a work permit, but of course she's never been to Canada and she doesn't speak the language, so we couldn't really get her a job right away. So I wanted her to, first get adjusted to Canada and then hopefully learn some English at like a school. We got her into a summer school for a month, but then when the whole Russian-Ukraine thing happened, a lot of Ukrainian refugees came into Toronto, and all the English school spots that the government had was provided to them or people who have a PR or a permanent residence. And Mayu had a work permit, so she wasn't permitted, so she kind of got kicked out of the school, and that kind of bummed her out. So she has been studying English. She's been doing like online stuff. So her English has actually improved quite a bit, but she didn't have confidence yet to get a job. So we were and we applied for permanent residence. That application is still happening. It's in progress. So that's good. But until that comes, Mayu's kind of stuck in between because her work permit finished and her permanent resident hasn't come in. And so she doesn't technically have any like status here until until the permanent residence goes through. So she's kind of not able to go to school, but she's also not able to work. So that kind of bummed her out. So I would say the last few months, because of winter is really cold. Oh, hello. It's really cold, and we couldn't really go out much. And because I was working so much, there was very little time for us to kind of enjoy ourselves. So I think Mayu started feeling a little bit more down, a little bit more homesick. And then, of course, the cold winters in Toronto was also hard to deal with. So it was kind of tough for her. But spring is slowly coming around. It's getting warmer. And with that, Mayu is also in high spirits again. As you can see, Maple is here. He's doing fine. Actually, when we were in Japan last year, we went to the vet and we found that he did have a small heart murmur. So he's on medication. He's actually currently taking medication for heart murmur, and he has these kind of like coughing fits that happen because the blood reverses back and goes into his lungs and he kind of chokes on it. But it's still very light, and the medication hopefully is helping. So hopefully Maple will still be around for a long, long time. Right, Maple? Yeah? High five? High five? Anyway, he's still pretty energetic when we go for walks, and he's eating well. He's kind of old now, so he's like 14 years old. So he kind of lays around the house and relaxes, but he's doing well. and Mayu's with him 24/7, so that's good. He always has somebody to hang out with. I do miss Japan. I miss some of the foods that we had there, some of the luxuries we have there. Just the way of living, the way of life is a little bit more relaxing there. And as a gaijin, I had a lot less responsibility, and it was quite an easy life for me, to tell you the truth. But I don't really miss the job. As much as I do love English teaching and I did it for so long, I don't think I'd want to go back to that lifestyle. So I'm kind of glad I came to Toronto. I also don't like the call center lifestyle, but I'm hoping that something will come along. I'll be able to find another job that's much more connected to me, and it makes me feel a little bit better. And also, I feel like I'm actually, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So hopefully I'll fall into that soon. I think the biggest change or biggest issue that I've been facing in Canada is my family. 75% I would say of the reason, I made a video where I said the reasons I'm coming back to Canada, but I think 75% of the reason is my family, specifically my parents. Both of them my mom has always been sick for a really long time. She's been on permanent disability for like 20 years now. She had a whole bunch of issues. She had a transplant, and she also has a lot of medical conditions that came after that. So she's always been not the greatest of health, but she's doing okay. And my dad has always been the one that does everything, who takes care of everything. My mom can't drive, or she doesn't know how to take care of financial or anything, so my dad was pretty much responsible for everything, finance-wise, and driving my mom around to different hospital appointments and taking care of all the the home stuff. And then my sister used to live in Toronto close by, but she moved. She had a baby, and her family moved a little bit further away. And actually, while I was in Japan, they were actually going to move to America. They were going to take their family and relocate to America. So that's one of the big reasons why I decided to move to Canada, because with my sister out of the country, I would have to kind of take care of my parents, because both of them are getting older, and my dad was also kind of like having a little bit of trouble too. The good thing is my sister didn't end up really relocating to America. She just moved a little bit outside of the city with her husband and her baby. But so she's busy in that life, but she still helps out as well. But I think the big thing is my dad, his medical issues increased and his health has declined a lot. So it's kind of like perfect timing when I got here. When I got here to now, it's been almost a year, and it's a big decrease or decline in his health. So a lot of my time here, besides work, has been spent on my mom and my dad, just hospital visits and stuff like that. I would say between the two of them, they have 8 to 10 different hospital visits or checkups or clinics or medical things that have to be done. And as you know, the healthcare system is kind of messed up here, and also nothing's really open on the weekends. It's all weekdays, and my job is that on the weekdays. So I've already used up my entire year's vacation in the first 3-4 months of the year, because I've been having to like take days off during the week so I can take my parents to different doctor appointments. So I think the biggest change from Japan is where I had like very little responsibility. I had a set schedule, and I had a lot of days off to do whatever I wanted, which I spent writing articles and doing blog posts and making videos and traveling around Japan. I've lost that time, and now I'm kind of stuck here doing work like 5 days a week, and then on my days off, I'm pretty much taking care of my mom and dad. And Mayu and I both together have to go out and drive them around, and my dad can't drive anymore, so we need to drive them to different medical appointments, like I said. So I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't been able to do any kind of like social media stuff, especially like YouTube or Medium, and I have kind of been like not been doing a lot of like tourist stuff either. I did do one trip to Niagara Falls that I'll be uploading next, hopefully within the next week or so. So stay tuned to that. But I just wanted to make an update video because I know it's been over a month since I made a video, and I just didn't have anything to really show, or to any place that I really went that would be exciting enough to put online. But but I did want to give you an update because, like I said, it's been almost a year since I've been here. And for those of you who still follow my channel and who watch my videos, thank you so much. And hopefully you'll stick around to see more videos. I'm going to try to make a lot more videos as now that the spring and summer have started, so I'm going to have a lot more chances to go out, I hope, and explore. I'll still be busy with my work and my parents, but hopefully once in a while I'll be able to get out and do something that's kind of fun to show on YouTube. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up, share. Also write any comments, let me know how life is going for you, what are your plans for spring and summer, and if you're in Japan, how's Japan? I missed it, so let me know what's going on in Japan right now. What's the vibe like now? Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time. Peace.
Please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please.